Hello everyone and welcome to Telecreations. In this video we're going to be looking at the Everything Blue Scott Pilgrim vs. the World SteelBook and a regular release which I have shown off in a previous video. So as you can see, these are actually both in protectors right now. I'll show off my regular release. This is one I spent about, I'll be honest, I spent 60 Australian dollars on it. I believe I spent about 80, maybe I think 69 to 70 Australian dollars on this one, but I got it from a guy in Sweden and it took quite a while to get in. So of course this is my regular Scott Pilgrim Steelbook. I preferred the landscape design over all the other ones, mostly because of the embossing that you have there. And it's quite nicely teal. Of course, a lot of the dirt that you can see is actually from the protector itself. I don't particularly mind that. And on the outside, you have all of these guys, which is actually the same inside artwork that is on this steelbook, except doesn't have the prepare to feel the wrath of the League of Evil X's. For the spine, it's quite small in terms of the actual name. I want to see if it'll focus on it. So it's just a tiny little thing saying Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, which is perfectly fine. Just blue and teal all around. And where's a good end to open it up at? So it comes out ever so nicely. I do have a video on steelbook protectors if you want to check that out. And you open it up and got some nice artwork. Scott and Ramona meeting for the first time, and the regular disc, and just the teal, like green background behind, which nicely like landscapes the whole thing. So yeah, that's this whole steelbook. It's quite nicely blends together. I figured I'd show that off just before showing off the actual steelbook Everything Blue one, which I didn't actually know about, though it does contain I think just a regular steelbook that you can get. At least it was exclusive, quote unquote, to Savvy back earlier this year before it sold out. Took a while to sell out, and I could have gotten it for a nice and cheap price, but I'm actually much happy to have this. So let's dig into it. So I will actually take it out of its protector, which it came in a protector. Thank you to the person who sent it to me. I realized that the busted end of the protector is actually down here. So this is a slightly larger protector because it is a slightly larger case. And as you can see, it is quite, dirty and damaged. I don't mind because this still looks beautiful. So this is the Everything Blue design. A lot of embossing, a lot of gloss. Beautiful. This is just the hard case. So as you can see, it is exceptional to look at. This is number 202 of 1000, as you can see there. Nothing on the top. The side has the classic Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, little kind of Western-y logo. Very kind of Yosemite in its own way. All embossed, and on the back you have a glossy and embossed, debossed logo, a little guitar with some pixelation on the base as well, which is very nice. All nicely pink as well. You look at the steelbook from the side, you have a different iteration of the text of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. And we take it out. Of course, it did come with this stuck on it, which was just stuck on here. Nothing looped around it or anything, but I figured, it was nice enough to take it off given how, it's just a generic kind of thing, kind of takes away from the actual design. So then you have the steelbook. This is a regular steelbook, which you can, again, like I said, I could have gotten this at Savvy, but I decided against it. So it's all the comic book iterations of the characters, which is nice. Nothing like exceptional or flat, all a matte finish with a nice lighting look to it. And then of course you've got the same design that you have on the back of the box. And on the inside, you have the same disc. Like I said, the artwork of all the X's. You had a limited edition steelbook thing stuck to the original box, which I was okay with taking off and keeping in there because it was just by itself, didn't even have to cut it off. And of course you have a guitar pick, which has the theatrical poster and the red background. So overall, it's a very nicely put together steelbook set. Very nice overall. I love the color palette. I love the overall design. The pink and the yellow really kind of works for it. I was kind of surprised by that. I mean, I'm not against, of course, pink and yellow. Pink is one of my favorite colors. It's just so beautiful. So to put it back to back with, my regular Scott Pilgrim SteelBook, they're both completely unique and different in their own rights, and I love them for being so different. Then this one just slides back into its box, and voila. I do believe the yellow one actually did have an autograph on the base there, if that'll focus. I believe that's Brian O'Malley, so the guy who actually did the comics originally. And that is the Scott Pilgrim, Everything Blue, and just the standard release SteelBooks. God, I don't really know what to say. I love having these two to display, to put up, and, you know, framed them on the piano just above here, where I've put my Alien and Blade Runner 2049 sets, which you can also find in the description. And playlists should be on screen very soon for other deluxe/premium editions, and my film shelf, where I talk about films and show off more films. I plan to do a lot more of these types of individual reviews for either SteelBooks or, you know, premiums that I have lying about, however it be. And yeah, that's so far it. Outside of that, thanks you so much for watching. If you love Scott Pilgrim as much as I do, then of course I would wholeheartedly seek out one of these two. I just found this one first, and for a good price, and really liked it in comparison to all the rest of the Scott Pilgrim SteelBooks I'd seen, which were mostly this kind of design, but then this one being such a unique thing, within the hard case, with its own steelbook, with all the extra little bonuses, because Everything Blue does some great work in that regard, much like with their Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz sets, which I also have separate videos for. And hopefully I'll be getting more from Everything Blue in the future. So that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the playlist and other videos, and we'll see you next time. Adios.